morning at sunrise, the villagers watched her, barefoot, calm, carrying her small clay bowl of water, walking towards the woods like someone going home. At the busy market, women nudged each other when she passed. "There goes the tree's wife," one said loudly. "Does he whisper sweet nothings through his leaves?" another mocked. A group of men burst into laughter. "Careful," one shouted. "She might root herself right here." The girl didn't argue. She simply smiled and kept walking. During a village gathering, a young man stood up dramatically. "You are married," he called out. "Bring your husband here." The crowd roared. She stepped forward calmly. "My husband does not move," she said softly, "but he stands stronger than any of you." The wind rose suddenly. Dust swirled. The trees surrounding the village bent slightly inward. The laughter faded, just a little, but they still called her mad. Deep in the forest stood the ancient tree, older than memory, roots gripping the earth like guardians. She placed her forehead against its bark. "Soon," she whispered. "Soon," she whispered. The tree's leaves trembled. Let me tell you why all of this is happening. Long ago, when she was a child, she had overheard the elders speaking in fear. The forest had been thinning, rivers were drying, the land was weakening, and beneath the ancient tree something slept, something sealed. The old story said the tree was not just a tree, it was a lock, a living lock, and it required a vow, a human bond, a guardian bride. If the bond broke, the seal would break too, and what lay beneath would rise. She had chosen to bind herself to it, not for love, but for protection. The three men who mocked her the most followed her one evening. "If your husband is real," one sneered, "let him stop us." They did not know what they were threatening. They did not know what they were standing on. When one reached for her, the forest erupted. Roots burst upwards, branches cracked like thunder. The wind screamed. The earth swallowed their cries. And then silence. At dawn, the villagers found the ancient tree surrounded by three young trees, new, fragile, rooted deep. The missing men were nowhere. Fear replaced laughter, but that was not the true twist. Because that night, the girl returned alone. She knelt at the roots and whispered, "It is done." The ground beneath the ancient tree cracked slightly, just enough for her to see it. A faint red glow flickered deep down, a pulse, slow, contained. The three men had not simply been punished, they had been chosen. The seal required strength, life, blood tied to the land. The forest had taken them to reinforce the barrier beneath the village. If they had harmed her, if the bond had broken, the seal would have shattered, and what slept below would have risen. A force older than the forest itself, a drought brider, a land killer, a spirit that feeds on broken vows and broken earth. The man's cruelty had awakened the seal, but their disappearance had strengthened it. The village would live, the river would keep flowing, the crops would not wither, and no one would ever know how close they came to ending except her. The villagers stopped mocking her after that. They called her blessed, but they never understood the truth. She was never mad. She was never foolish. She had married the forest to become its guardian. She gave up an ordinary life so the village could keep theirs. And every morning, she still walks into the woods, not as a wife, but as the lock between the world above and the danger below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the story. The lesson here is that sometimes the person you mock is the one protecting you. Sacrifice is often silent, and not all heroes wear crowns. Some wear soil on their feet and leaves in their hair. Just remember to respect everybody and do not condemn what you do not understand. If you've made it till this far and you'd like to let me know, please comment this emoji down below and please subscribe so that you don't miss my upcoming videos. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.